Hello guys and welcome to another video. Here we have the Samsung Galaxy A51 5G and the Oneplus Nord, also 5G. These two phones are considered to be mid-range phones and they are very similarly priced. You can get both of them for around 400 euros. On left we have Samsung coming with Exynos 980 with 6 GB of RAM. You can also have it with 8 GB of RAM. And on the right we have OnePlus Nord coming with Snapdragon 765 and 8 GB of RAM. First, I will do a quick benchmark and then I will run a speed test by using different applications on these two devices. And after that, I will try to find out how they do in terms of RAM management. So let's start the benchmark. I will fast forward this part so we don't waste time waiting for the result. OnePlus started the test a bit faster than Samsung. I expect these phones having very similar performance. Now let's wait for the result. OnePlus Nord finished a bit faster and Samsung just finished. So in terms of CPU performance, overall Samsung is higher, but if you look deeper, you can see that, for example, the multi-core performance is better on OnePlus compared to Samsung, but overall I would say very similar performance. If you look at the GPU side, OnePlus seems to be the clear winner, and that means it has a better GPU performance, and of course it will have a better gaming performance overall compared to the Samsung. And now if you look at the RAM management, it is expected for OnePlus to be the winner here because it has 2 GB more RAM compared to Samsung, so that's not surprising. But as mentioned, you can get the Samsung with 8 GB of RAM as well. Now let's have a look at this user experience benchmark, which I'm not sure what kind of criteria they have in defining this, but it seems they are very similar, but Samsung performs a bit better in the user experience side. Now let's do our actual speed test. I will do more these kind of speed test videos, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and you don't miss them. First, we check that we don't have any app running in the background, and then I will start with doing the speed test for the internet download speed. I will use the speed test application here to test that. So let's start our speed test. So very similar speed in opening the app, a bit faster on OnePlus. These two phones are also connected to the same network. Let's start the download speed test with OnePlus Nord. I should also mention my router has some problem recently, so this test might not be like really reliable. Have that in mind. But overall, we got 73 megabits download and 212 upload speed for OnePlus compared to 68 download speed and 183 upload. Overall, OnePlus seems to be a bit faster. Now let's continue our speed test with Netflix. A bit faster on A51. NordVPN. A bit faster on OnePlus. Now let's connect to a server. A bit faster on OnePlus in terms of connection speed. So disconnect here and then let's try Facebook. Very similar. Camera app. Again, very similar. Now let's try YouTube. A bit faster on A51. Now let's try Chrome. So very similar, but it seems OnePlus finished faster. Now let's try like one link inside Chrome, and again very similar in terms of browsing speed on these two devices. Now let's try Play Store. Again, very similar performance. Both devices just are really fast. Same goes for Telegram. Now let's run some games to see how they perform in terms of loading the games. So very similar, a bit faster on Galaxy A51. So now let's continue with running another game. Let's go with the Temple Runner. And it was a bit faster on Galaxy A51 and also loaded faster. Now let's close this one and open the Subway Surfer. Yeah, that was a mistake. I have to close this and reopen it. Subway Surfer. So it's a bit faster on Galaxy A51. Now let's try this fishing game. So first a bit faster on Galaxy A51, but it seems OnePlus is finishing the loading faster than Galaxy A51. Yeah, it was faster on OnePlus. Now let's continue with Amazon. A bit faster on OnePlus. And then Photoshop. Very similar performance. So that was the speed test for running applications. They performed very similar. In some places OnePlus was the winner and in some Samsung, but overall very good performance. Now let's try and test our RAM management. Of course they have like different RAM, but let's see how it goes. So both of the phones still running the Netflix. Now let's try NordVPN. Okay, here as you can see Samsung had to run it again. Now let's try Facebook. Both phones having it in the background. Let's try the camera app. Okay, Samsung had to rerun the application again. This is a bit surprising because for 2 GB difference in the RAM, we shouldn't get this much of difference in the running of the application. As you can see here again, YouTube is not running in the background and Samsung has to reload it again. Now let's try Chrome. Again, Chrome is not running and Samsung is reloading the app. Let's try the Play Store. Play Store is running in the background for both phones. Telegram. Yeah, both phones are running it still. Now let's try these games. That would be interesting. Yeah, so as you can see, Samsung had to run the application again. Temper Run. Let's do it. Well, both phones are running it in the background. And now let's try Subway Surfer. Both phones are running it in the background. Still the same. Now this fishing game. So OnePlus has it, but Samsung had to reload the game. So now I think these two phones have very similar performance in terms of CPU and how they run applications. Sometimes OnePlus was a winner and sometimes Samsung, but in terms of RAM management, I didn't expect that. I think 2 less gigabytes of RAM is not justifying how Samsung performed in this RAM management test. Overall, I think if you have the option to buy any of these two phones, I wouldn't go with Samsung over OnePlus. I'm not getting into details about other things, but in terms of performance, I think OnePlus does a better job overall. So that was it, guys. I hope this could help you to make a purchase decision. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see my future videos. And again, thanks for watching. Until the next one.